Welcome. Welcome to Scotty's Playtime. I'm Scotty. This video is quick. I haven't done the setup right. I haven't adjusted the lights. I haven't done my hair. I'm not even sure. Like the first 3 minutes I started recording this video before, I even forgot to turn the microphone on. So here we go again. I gotta tell you guys something. By my dogs that love gravy, this might be a great sign for our election, the 2024 election, to stop fascism and to get democracy back on track. See, early voting started yesterday. Ron and I have been doing early voting for decades. We started because we were both working. Well, no, actually we started before that because he was working. Then I managed to get off disability, go working. My body died within 4 years, and I had to go back on disability. But that's neither here nor there. The thing is, we did it when it was in a small election supervisor's office, and if you didn't time it right, there were lines out the kazoo, and even with my walker, I couldn't do it. So we went to voting by ballot, early mail-in ballot. But I never liked that. I just simply don't trust the Republicans in charge of voting in this state, because the more and more they've taken over, the less reliable it has been. This last voting cycle, Republicans have been in control of the election supervisor's office, and we used to get ballot and ballot information right away. This time it was a week before early voting started that they put out the sample ballot in that online. So I could start looking people up in that. Ridiculous. Never was like that under the Democrats. But let me tell you the good news. So early voting started yesterday, and I had already filled out our stuff. Ron and I both had a printed paper of who we wanted and what we wanted, and we sat together right here at my desk, went over every person, went over every amendment. We were pretty much in agreement. Then we both figured, well, first day of early voting is going to be busy. And I can't stand in line that long. Standing is actually harder for me than walking is. That's why when we do dishes together, I prefer to dry them, because I can walk back and forth. Now, we did get me a stool, a high rolling stool to do dishes. But still, that's got no back support, and you might as well say that I'm standing in one place, only I'm sitting in one place, and that still kills my back. But we got a new rec center they built, and the rec center is large, has large rooms, and was designed from everything for like preschool, after school stuff, and right up to senior citizens. And outside they have a lot of ball fields and stuff for the younger people who are athletic and that. And since then, early voting's been a dream. You get there, at most there might be 10, 20 people in line. The rooms are so big with so many voting stations and a lot of check-in people that you got right in. Normally, if there was a 5-minute wait, that was surprising. So we figured first day we'll let it pass. Second day we'll get right in there and do our voting. Imagine my surprise. By my dogs that love gravy. We got in there. They have like 30 handicap parking spaces right along the front. They were all filled. Almost every spot in that parking lot was filled. And surprisingly, there was nobody out holding signs for their candidates at the end of the entrance road like normally you see. And there was no protest, none of that stuff. I mean, we are pretty much a safe red county, but I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. The sheriff's department did have one of their raisable watchtowers. It's basically a room with tinted windows that they can get in and raise up like a little small bucket lift thing, they get into to trim trees or whatever. And they were watching over everything. So now, important part. I told you that there's not normally a wait. And we had taken my walker just in case, because there might be. I've been hearing that this election was setting records for early voting. There was a line. There was a line outside the door, down the covered entryway, down the sidewalk, and then around the fencing for the fields. I was shocked. And I said to Ron, there is just no way. Even with the walker, I could stand in that line. And he agreed. He couldn't do it either. I mean, those people were probably going to be there for 4 or 5 hours. And more people would come in, so we decided to go back another day. And we will, every day from now on, check. And if it looks a little decent, we'll jump right in there. We're going to have to eventually jump in regardless, because we will vote. And while I can get taken in and vote by having Ron just tell them that I use a walker and I can't stand, they will take me right in and vote. But Ron would still have to stand in line. Now, why were there so many people for early voting? Well, this is a safe red district, a red county, whatever, as I said, but these are old-style Republicans. Yes, a bunch of MAGA Republicans moved in, but most of the Republicans here are your Reagan Republicans, your fiscal conservatives, but socially more liberal. They want small government, and they want government out of your lives. They do not want a government telling you what books you can read, what medical procedures you can get. They do not want government telling you what you can and cannot do with your child. They hate the culture wars. They're more live and let live Republicans. Plus, when the MAGA people flocked here, I almost said something else, caught myself just in time. When the MAGA people moved here a couple years ago with DeSantis promising that he was going to make this a MAGA paradise, they got disillusioned. They got disillusioned with him, and mostly with the state. And they got hit with hurricanes, they lost their properties, and they found out that getting insurance in this state is impossible. And if you get it, the state has arranged with insurance companies to try to keep them in here, in Florida, that they won't object if they just don't honor claims. So they don't. Every homeowner is denied, period. Oh, your roof blew off? Nah. Premiums. We thank you for that. You're welcome to keep doing it. But us pay for a new roof? You gotta be kidding. So anyway, that's why I hear from people more and more. They just, aren't going to have insurance anymore. And so those MAGA people have left. And also, there are an upsurgence of liberals, Democrats, who were disillusioned and stopped voting because the Democratic Party here in Florida really dropped the ball a long time ago. I mean, this last governor's race, they had a perfectly good candidate. She was winning. She was popular. And the thing is, though, she was more liberal. And the Democratic Party here is Republican light. They always put up candidates who are just Republican minor. And why vote for a Republican? A lot of people stop voting. Now they see Kamala. Now they see the real differences that need to be made. So they're out again. We're going to try. This used to be a deep blue state, but once Lawton Child died and Bush got in, they did what Republicans always do when they get power. They seize everything they can to rig elections. They gerrymander. They cut voting. They privatize everything possible because they don't want people to vote. They do not want people to, they don't want to represent the people that want to rule them. So yes, the line was humongous. I've never seen the like here. It's exciting, isn't it? We'll keep looking and we will vote no matter what it takes. All right, thank you. Thank you for coming to Scotty's Playtime. And I'm Scotty. As always, I leave a menu choice for those who come and watch my videos. Best wishes, hugs, and you may have both or either as you like. Thank you.